Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I think all of you are well. I am also well by the grace of the Almighty Allah. My today's class is about marks distribution of English first paper. In fact, this session is dedicated for the first year new students. Though I conducted and uploaded a class for them a few days ago in my YouTube channel, but it was a textual class. I should have started my class with marks distribution. So look at the whiteboard. English first paper is written on the top of the board and marks distribution follows it. In our first paper book, that means first paper question, we will get 100 marks. And there are two parts for this 100 marks, part 1 and part 2. 60 marks for part 1 and 40 marks for part 2. Reading test is named the first part and writing test is named the second part. In our first part, we will get 60 marks. I mentioned it earlier. At the beginning of the question paper, you will get a passage. Here I would like to mention that in your whole question paper you will get 3 passages and all the passages will be collected from your textbook. From the first pieces we get 15 marks. We get 15 marks and in number 1 we get MCQ. We get 5 MCQs and for these 5 MCQs 5 number is given 1 for 1. Number A has subsection, that means section A and section B. In section B we have to answer 5 questions, that means answering question. We have to answer 5 questions, 2 marks for each question, that means 2 into 10 equal 10 marks. In number 2, we get another passage. We get another passage and we get 10 marks from this passage. From this passage, we have to answer a flowchart or information transfer. Flowchart or information transfer, but most of the cases we get flowchart. In this item we are given 6 boxes. The first boxes is filled, that means the answer of the first box is given. We have to notice it and realize how we have to make the answer of the rest boxes. If we are given information transfer, we are given a blank passage. A passage, that means gaps. We have to gather information from this passage and transfer here. I think all of you have got my point. In number 3, we get another passage. From this passage we get 10 marks. We have to read the whole passage carefully and understand the theme of this passage. Then we have to write it again. That means summary writing. We have to write down the main theme of the passage very shortly. In number 4, we get gaps with close. 5 marks for this section, that means 0.5 into 10. We are given 10 gaps and Above the pages we get a box and 10 to 12 words there. We have to read the whole gaps very carefully and select the words from the box. Then we have to transfer it in appropriate place. In number 5, there is another gaps and it is without close. 10 words here we get. In number 6 we are given rearrange. 10 words here. We are given 10 sentences, but these sentences are not in proper order. They are jumbled and we have to read the sentences very carefully and decide which sentence will come first and which will follow the first one. In number 7 we have to write a paragraph. We have to write a paragraph by answering question. Ten words for this paragraph. We are given 4 or 5 questions and we are given also a topics for writing a paragraph. We have to write the paragraph by answering all these questions. That means our answer must have to be in this paragraph. In number 8, completing story. 7 marks for this item. We are given an outline. We have to read it very, very carefully and think positively. Then we have to write down the whole story. But definitely it must have to contain a instruction or a lesson. That means we have to write down the whole story constructively and positively. In number 9, informal, not formal. Letter or email. 5 words for this item. We are told to write an informal letter or email. But in recent times, that means last 3 or 4 years, we are told to write down email frequently. In number 10, we are told graphs and chart, and 10 words for this item. We are given a graphs or chart and there is information for relevant issues, and we are told to write down the information in a relevant way. It is very easy because you got it in your HSC level, and if we learn or revise some important graphs and chart, then it is very easy. I think we can get it common in the exam. In now 11, we are given a short poem or story. We have to read this poem or story and write a short summary from this story or poem. This is the 100 marks, and 10 marks for this item, and this is the 100 marks distribution for intermediate first year. I think now your syllabus is clear to you, you have got a clear conception about it, about your questions, how you have to study, you have to make a roadmap, then you have to gather instruction from your teachers. You can communicate with us. If you have any problem or any ambiguousness, you can discuss with me. You can write down me in the comment section. I will make you clear okay. Thank you for being with me. Wait for the next video. Thank you very much.